personal to me is when they talked about students coming from different backgrounds. But this program does have a stigma on it. And it kind of bothers me sometimes because at risk does not mean at risk is they're fighting each other. At risk means they come from things that was at risk. They may come from the poverty level. They may didn't have something to eat on their table. Certain things, when you don't have a meal, you have to do different things to survive. So I just think sometimes that we say Job Corps, but it trains young people, and then also it gives young people social skills. Job Corps is like social. They come, they talk, they work, get job skills as well. And we have a residential program. We also have a solo parenting program. We have a daycare on the center, and we have students that will be coming back once we get our daycare open, and they will stay on center and working on a pre-K program as well. And young kids can come as between 1 to 5 year olds, and then it would be kept in the daycare. Well, their children will be kept in the daycare while they're in class. So this program provides all kinds of different things so our young people can strive and be able to be great and go on to their career.
All right, how you doing, gentlemen?
We're doing fine.
What's going on? First and foremost, introduce us to who you are and where we're at. Break it down for us.
Well, I'm Nathaniel Cooper. I'm the Center Director here at the Turner Job Corps, is located in Albany, Georgia.
Yo, it's Parker, Deputy Center Director here at the beautiful Turner Job Corps in Albany, Georgia.
Gotcha. Albany, Georgia. Okay. Born and raised, or where you guys from?
I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised there. Started the Job Corps venture about 17 years ago, it'll be 18 years in October. So that's where I was at. My first part of my career was at the Dayton Job Corps, but now I'm here as a director in Albany, Georgia. But originally from Detroit, but by the way, in Job Corps, where I started my career in Dayton, Ohio.
I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, and started here at the Turner Job Corps in 2007 through 2010. And I left here, went to New York, D.C., Texas, California, and I came back here to be the Deputy Center Director, and then I moved to the Center Director. So this is home for me, and I attended Albany State University as well.
I love it. So break it down for the audience. What does this campus do? What are you trying to accomplish? And then after you do that, let me know why you are doing it. Like, why are you here doing it? So break it down for me what the campus does, and then why you are here helping make that happen.
It's real simple. Job Corps is, in my opinion, one of the most unique government programs there are out there. It's for students that's 16 to 24-year-old. There's a stigma that it's just for bad kids, and that's not true. There's one guideline or stipulation, if you will, is you got to be at or below the poverty level. That's the main qualification for getting into the program. We do everything, well, what I say is we change young people's lives. We help them with everything from education and training facility. So our goal is to get them educated and trained. So we help students with high school diplomas, get all types of certification in industry trades, as well as we have students that go to advanced training and into college as well. So that's what we do. 16 to 24-year-olds, we help them change their lives is the main goal. What separates us from other government programs is most programs, when you graduate, you're done. Here in the Job Corps world, we are still held responsible for students a year after they leave the program. So when the students graduate from our program with their industry-recognized credentials and high school diplomas and certifications, a year after they leave, we still are required to help them navigate through the process of becoming successful adults after they leave the program. That's 80% of our report card. So that's my quick version of what we do here, and I'll let Mr. Cooper.
And why are you doing it?
Oh, for me, because I was once them. It's real simple. This is a mission-driven work that we do. It's not about paycheck. So I was once them. Personal experience got me. I fell in the Job Corps by accident, but fell in love with it. So I say it all the time. I fell into it by accident, but I fell in love with it. I was once these students. I come from some of the same beginnings that they have. I was 19 years old with 2 kids and no high school diploma. So I understand the importance of education and training. What gave me the opportunity to provide for my family and do something I love is because I got education and training. So for me, it's a mission of mine because I get it. I come from what these students come from, and I was once them. So that's why I'm here every day and do what I do.
Like it. So it connects to your journey a little bit. You see yourself in them.
Every last one of them. Every last one of them. I tell them all the time. Everybody has a story, and sometimes when I share with them, my story is worse than some of our students.
Yeah.
So with sharing that, it gives them hope. And they understand that if I can do it, they can do it. So that's the reason I'm here, to be that example that, yeah, you can come from very humble beginnings. You can drop out of high school. You can be a teenage parent, all those obstacles, but you can overcome them when you get serious about education and training. And that's what Job Corps provides, an opportunity. We don't have a magic wand. We don't change students overnight, but we give them an opportunity to change with education and training.
I like that. I imagine being so connected on a personal level to the mission helps you get through the tough days, overcome the tough obstacles because you see yourself in the journey.
Most definitely. I'll let Mr. Cooper can elaborate on dealing with that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Mr. Cooper.
Hi. Yes.
First, very briefly, your role, because I know you gave your title, but what exactly does that mean? And then same question to you, why? You could have had any job in the world, right? You could have did anything, but you're here. What's that about?
I would say my role is to also, to like Ms. Parker, kind of do a role, but my first role is to ensure that I support the staff and the students and remove barriers or anything that they need, the students need, the staff need, or the community needs as well. One of the things that Ms. Parker said is personal to me is when they talked about students coming from, different backgrounds, but this program does have a stigma on it. And it kind of bothers me sometimes because at risk does not mean at risk is they're fighting each other. At risk means they come from things that was at risk. They may come from the poverty level. They didn't have something to eat on their table. Certain things, when you don't have a meal, you have to do different things to survive. So I just think sometimes that we say Job Corps, but it trains young people, and then also it gives young people social skills. Job Corps is like social. They come, they talk, they work, get job skills as well. And we have a residential program. We also have a solo parenting program. We have a daycare on the center, and we have students that will be coming back once we get our daycare open, and they will stay on center and working on a pre-K program as well. And young kids can come as between 1 to 5 year olds, and then it would be kept in the daycare. Well, their children will be kept in the daycare while they're in class. So this program provides all kinds of different things so our young people can strive and be able to be great and go on to their careers.
Wow. So they stay here.
Yes.
They live here.
Yes.
For how long?
Up to, it says Job Corps is a self-paced program. It's a 2-year program that's self-paced, and then you can go into advanced training, or you can go into the college program, and it gives you an additional year. So you can stay the Job Corps 3 years.
Okay. So they could stay here for up to 3 years.
Yes.
Housing, you said
Yes.
daycare is available.
Yes.
I saw a gym on site. There's a basketball court. You have athletics here?
Yes.
Football, basketball?
Yep.
Yeah, we currently are right now. We have a softball team that is competing, co-ed softball, girls and boys. They compete in Jacksonville, Florida every weekend.
Okay.
We have a flag football team currently right now.
Yeah.
Of course, the normal basketball and things of that nature, but we're really getting big into trying to create more sports where both females and males can participate.
Yeah.
So for us, this is the first time in a while because of COVID, but we're excited about our co-ed softball because getting the young ladies involved as well, because young ladies play sports too. We always gear sports towards the males. So, we have baseball, basketball, chess team. I mean, so you name it, we try to get these young people rounded in those things so they can have opportunity to do something during their downtime. Because you say that it's a residential facility.
Yep.
So that's the goal for Job Corps, is to remove all those barriers that students may have. So our students do live on the facility, but if they're living here, we got to have stuff for them to do. Mm-hmm. So that's something we have to take pride in our recreation department.
Yeah, and I think that would be somewhat surprising to a lot of people who might not be familiar with campuses like this, because you hear Job Corps and they probably think, okay, you just help them get a job. But it sounds like you're doing a lot more.
Pool hall, game room,
Yeah.
movie theater room. We have all that for our students here.
We have a wellness department, so if students get sick, anything, we have it on center, on site. Also have a mental health consultant, have a physician on the center, wellness director. The students get paid every 2 weeks. It's at 180 days, they get $45. At over 180 days, they get $70. So they get paid every 2 weeks from the Department of Labor as well.
So they get paid for being here as well. Is this a no cost?
It's a no cost
for them.
Yes, it's a no cost for them, but it is utilized for taxpayers' dollars, and it's up under the WIOLA.
Gotcha. Okay, so taxpayer dollars are contributing to some of these amazing things you just talked about.
Yes.
And the government and our taxpayer dollars are going to this. Why?
The bottom line is simple. From the business side of course, they want to return their investment for what? For us to produce productive young people so they can go back and pour back into the economy. That's the portion that this Job Corps bottom line is. So that's why we were responsible for them a year after they leave. So we track them. Are they getting employment? What their wages are? Are they in job training matches? In other words, did they go get a job in what we train them in? All those things is what we're required to do that year after we leave the program. So the purpose for those dollars going into it is to pour back into the economy. It's simple. Eliminate the poverty level, then the economy can thrive and flourish. So that's the mission or the thought process behind the bottom line, why they're putting the funds into programs like this. You're going to get people who would normally be at the continue working at that poverty level because that's all the resources they have. You give them education and training so they can pour back into the economy and be able to boost those levels in their communities where they live at. So that's what we're trying to do here.
Vision for the campus, my staff get on me all the time or say things. I have a big vision. But some of the things we're doing right now to connect the community with our resources. So one thing we're working on is a dual enrollment program with the Daugherty County school system as well. Then trying to work with the chief of police to create a program because we have a corrections program here. Okay. So we're trying to work on some things that we can do a ride-along program while they're into the program and also build a pipeline. We also have a thing called the LMI, Labor Market Information. So whatever is around in the Southwest Georgia and where our students come from, Columbus, Macon, Atlanta, the surrounding counties, Albany, we have to also make sure we're keeping up with industry needs. So if businesses or partnerships or different things that they need in the community and they're going back, we can form a program around it as long as it's approved by the Department of Labor. But we also have to have a workforce council that comes in and review our trades every year. Every 6 months, kind of have those 2 meetings, but every year we have to evaluate our trades to keep up with industry needs so we can be able to contribute back to taxpayers' money to keep our community thriving around as well.
Wow.
Yeah, we have 15 industry recognized credential trades that we offer here. So our students are getting trades that are industry recognized. We have 15 of those. Some of the trades we have, of course, is heavy machinery. We have heavy operator equipment. So not only are we on both sides, not only are we operating the cranes and things of that nature, but we're teaching our students also to repair those machines. So you have both sides of the house from the operating portion of it and then the machinery part as far as fixing them. So we have that trade here. We have plastering, carpentry, nursing assistants, welding, electrical trade. So 15 industry recognized credential trades. Students can come here and take up one of those trades. And we also allow them to stay and take a second trade if they like. So let's say I took electrical, but now I want to get into carpentry. We allow certain students to stay here and get second credentials. And then there's advanced training programs where our programs just touch the surface. Advanced training go even more in depth into those trades. The difference between a regular certification and advanced training is about $5 an hour. So now that I can go and get additional training and I'll come out making at a low entry level position about $5 more than someone who just had a regular industry recognized credential. So we have students who went to college. For whatever reason, their parent may have got sick. They couldn't afford it on their own by themselves. Something was going on with their student loans, got messed up. They come here and take advantage of our programs, our credentials to get here, and then they go back into the college program. They live here on campus rent-free and can attend college while they're here. So it's a great start for someone who's trying to really figure out how to navigate through this thing called life and get themselves a fresh start and get on the right path. So that's what we do all day, every day.
Yeah, I love that. And I want to make sure if someone is watching this that wants to get involved on either possibly work here and contribute to that mission or a potential student, where do they go? How do they learn more? How do they submit an application? I'm sure that's part of the process. What's next for them?
Well, I say what's next for them. They have to get in touch with our recruiter. We want to give
How do they
them
do that?
well, you can go on the website, the Job Corps website.
Okay.
And it can take you, and you can apply on the Job Corps website, and then it'll take you to the Turner Job Corps Center if you're in Georgia in that area recruitment, and then it'll link you put your information in, and then they'll give you a call back.
So go to the Job Corps Center website first. Yes. I'll put that in the description.
Yes.
And then when they go to that, they're looking for, they'll reach out.
They'll reach out.
And
Job Corps, yeah.
Well, our recruiter will contact them once they put their information in there.
Yes.
Okay.
They just Google Job Corps, and then you can get started the application process. It's an initial process. You put your phone number in there, and it reach back out to you.
So there's not a specific site. They can just the main Job Corps site.
120 Job Corps. They navigated through one major portal. Mm-hmm. Each center has a drop-down box on the national website, but it's one national website, and then you can look and see what Job Corps are in the states you're looking to. You can click on that link, and then you provide information, and it'll link you right to OA specialists and outreach and mission specialists for our area. So there's not a lot of guessing game to it. Go to Job Corps, Google Job Corps, and then it's right there. It's a national website.
JOBCORP?
S.
S.
Yep. Job Corps.
Add the S.
Yes, add the S. Yes. Yeah. JOBC. Yep.
Okay, and they're all across the country. That's phenomenal. So even if you're watching this and you're like, oh, this sounds amazing, but I'm not I'm not in Georgia.
It's broken up. Job Corps is broken up into 6 regions. You got the Boston region, Region 1. You got the Philadelphia region, Region 2. You got the Atlanta region, Region 3. You got the Dallas region, Region 4. You got Chicago region, Region 5. And then you got the San Francisco region, Region 6. And it covers the whole United States. We ever have Job Corps in Hawaii and Puerto Rico.
Perfect. So if a parent's watching, Google Job Corps, and then a recruiter will reach out to them for more information. Talk to me real quick, because I'm here with you guys. Obviously, we're doing this video podcast on site. We're doing motivational interviewing, and we're doing leadership training. Obviously, you have things, your plate is full. You have a lot going on. You have a lot of students to serve, but you're still making time for training days, I found. Why are you putting that effort to add that to your plate?
It's real simple: to get better. The more tools we got in our arsenal, the better we can service our students. And that's just the bottom line. And we're very excited about the training you provided for us today, but it's real simple for us. We have to get better as leaders. As you can see, myself and Mr. Cooper are the 2 gentlemen who some would say run this particular facility. But we just say we're servants because we both are servant leaders. So that's what we do. But for us, we want to get as much tools in our belt as well as our leadership team's belt so that we can better service our staff and our students. So that's why this is important to us, because the more tools that we have, the more tools where we can service our students. So it's a big deal for us. Under his vision, I mean, it makes it easy because we both feel the same way when it comes to just servicing these students and getting the knowledge that we can. So this is a big deal for us. We appreciate the time that you're giving us, the knowledge, the exercises were great. But we're just trying to get better. That's just what it is. And things like this make us better so we can be better for our students.
Do you feel you're making a difference?
Yes, I think we make a difference every day. That's why I wanted to reach back out to you when you did the first training to come in, because how the staff responded to you. So that's why I reached out again to talk to Mr. Rich and talk to them, getting you back here. I just think even really giving those resources and also just working with us and your personality and helping us, I think it helps us get better. I think like we talked about today and when I was training about the approach. I think the approach is everything. So Ms. Park said servant leader is just whatever it takes a team to get better, but also I just want to keep on providing resources to the team so you'll never get complacent. I don't want you to be complacent. I want you to always have not say uncomfortable, but I want you to have a growth mindset to be able to come here and work, because we have a growth mindset, our students have a growth mindset, and everybody has a growth mindset, and everybody can benefit from it.
When you talk about making a difference, I'll give you a quick example. Yesterday, I had a rough day, what I consider. I try to have rough days, I try to have rough moments. Yeah. So for me, it became a rough day because now I'm 3:30 in the afternoon and it's just, everything just wasn't going the way I wanted it to. And I had a young man come to me, was going to lead a program who was an electrician, going to go to the union. How can you not, although I'm having my own personal rough day, how can you not be excited for a 19-year-old young person going to start off making $23 an hour and 19 years old with no kids, no responsibilities, just going to take care of themselves and guaranteed a job at $23 an hour, low entry level. So you know what that means is he's coming in at the lowest pace. That's $23 an hour. 6 months, he's going to get a raise. And then at 19 years old, getting that opportunity. So my bad day quickly went away because it's things like that that make you come back every day and make you enjoy being a part of this program. Because it's always seemed like when you're at your lowest point of whatever's going on at that day, something like that smacks you dead in the face and reminds you why you do what you do and make you want to get charged up and come back and do it again the next day.
I love that. I love that. It sounds like you're making an impact on the student, which is then having a positive impact on the community, which is then having a positive impact on the economy. There's a lot of different levels of change that you're contributing to, for sure. And it's not all easy. It's not all easy, but you're dedicated to it because you believe in it. And that's everything.
Yeah, some of our students are what I call first timers. What I mean by that is we're changing generational traditionals that have been happening in families for a long time. Some of our students are the first one to get a high school diploma in their families.
Yeah.
Some of them the first one to get a real livable wage in their family. So we're changing not only just the community, but we're changing generations because this start from this particular one student trickles down to changing a whole family, which in turn changes the whole community, but just starting with the power of one. We believe in that. Saving one student changes everything. So that's our motto, is the power of one.
I love that. It's a pleasure, by the way, to have the opportunity to come out here and work with your team. It truly is inspiring opportunities you're providing. And I want to end here. If you were to give advice to someone thinking about getting involved in Job Corps, what would that advice be? And you could take it from any angle. It could be someone maybe wanting to contribute. It could be someone wanting to join the field. It can be a student or a parent. Just give me your advice for someone who's hearing this and saying, hey, I might want to get involved, what would it be?
For me, it's real simple. Jump in head first. Whether you're a student or if you're a staff member, jump in head first. Get rid of your reservations you may have and just jump in head first. This is truly a mission-driven position, whether you're a student or a staff, and the best way to come into it is just head first. That's kind of how things move with our students and our staff, because it's a mission-driven. And if you enjoy helping young people change their lives, if you're looking for an opportunity to change your life, there's no better way. The bottom line for a student is real simple. This is all free. I'm gonna say that again.
Yeah,
this
free.
is all free. No cost to you.
Yeah.
This is the only time that someone will give you about $20,000 a year that you don't have to pay any of it back, and that's on average cost per student that the government is spending, tax dollars are spending.
Yeah.
For education and training, housing, basic medical care, all of the fun activities that's going on center rec trips, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free.
There it is.
So why would not take advantage of something if you have nothing going on, you're kind of unsure what life, what direction you're going into? It's free for a student, potential student. For a staff, no better feeling than helping young people change their life. This generation is in need of more leaders, more people showing them how to do things the correct way, because there's so much showing them how not to do it the correct way. And if you're really serious about helping and seeing a positive change, the thing about Job Corps is you get to see your impact daily. It's not a long-term thing you have to wait 6-9 months for. Every day, just from having a conversation with a young person, you can see the change that you are making on a young person. So it's impactful both ways, student and staff. It's impactful. So very passionate about it, but jump in head first. This is a great place to help young people change their lives.
I think for me, I just think it's simple as just change. Change is change. I think that it'll change your life. If you come to Job Corps, it'll change your life, staff, student, and you want to be a volunteer, and if you want to create change, Job Corps is always changing every single day, because it has to change because of the different trades, different students are coming in. So I just think change, if you want that in your life and you want to make a difference in the community that our students come from or your community, Job Corps is the place, and you can do this around the United States. Like I say, Job Corps are everywhere, and they need your help. They need the help. They need your insight. They need your experience. We are very diverse in Job Corps, so we need everything you can come to give.
I like it. I'm tagging Job Corps for this, by the way, so they better give y'all some love. You did a phenomenal job. So we are at the end. I appreciate you guys for taking the time. Keep up the good work, and we'll stay in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you.